Pop FILLZ.
What's up? What's up?
Last time, Fear the Beard, he hit the streets, goes crazy. Before that, first mixtape was Drag Me to Hell, you was with Untamed. In between that gap of Drag Me to Hell and Fear the Beard, what happened?
Well, the Fear the Beard came out 2016. And Drag Me to Hell came out probably 5 years before that. And in between that, like, it was a big gap because of the shit with our label, shit we was doing, whatever. Probably, it was so much going on in between the label, the producer, and all that shit. That's a whole another story, we'll be here all day talking about that, but it just was like a whole lot of shit went on between that. Everybody split up with Untamed, and everybody went through their own thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I heard T Black, he moves on to Atlanta.
Yeah, T Black go to Atlanta, him and DJ. Go to Atlanta, they doing their thing,
Doing their thing, yeah. Well, shout out to them, man.
Shout out to T Black, shout out to Omega, DJ, D Mouton, the whole Untamed, you know what I'm saying?
In between that, the Let Me Find Out song with you and Ayo, it's crazy in the city of Appaloosa. Everybody singing, Let Me Find Out, Let Me Find Out.
Classic.
What was the motive behind that?
Well, I mean, we all in the studio one day. We in there talking, and then, everybody talking like, let me find out this, let me find out that, and then we just like come up with the song. The song come up, we drop the song get real hot. The song get a real big buzz over a little feud between one of my little homegirls from Bill Platt. You know what I'm saying? The song picked up, everybody was jamming or whatever. Could have went further than what it did, but it did what it had to.
Yeah, right, because I look on MTV one day, I see T.I. and Doe B saying, let me find out, and I'm like, damn, I thought that was only here in Appaloosa, Louisiana. So.
Yeah, then Fit Wall Weavy came out with one, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about none of that. Everybody had their own versions of the Let Me Find Out song. I feel ours could have went way further than what it did, but hey.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right. You with Nas, you doing the thing with Kevin Gates. I see, you guys on tour. I see you booked up with shows with Zero, Plies, Kevin Gates. You got a song on radio, Q95 with Yo Gotti.
Yeah.
Speak on that a little bit.
Well, I mean, that was a good run, you know what I'm saying? Met Kevin Gates through Feet, me and Nas, shout out to Nas, my little A-Ride partner or whatever, we put some things together or whatever. We ended up on this tour with Gates. Shout out Kevin Gates, Free Gates. We had shows back to back to back, booked them, got on the show. I was on the road doing music that people barely even knew at the time, but once I get up there and they heard my performance, and as the tour went on, like, people started learning my music, knowing my music or whatever. So, along the lines, Level, that's my dog, shout out to Level, you know what I'm saying? We got a song out or whatever.
Right. I'm in New Orleans. I go in the House of Blues and I see you on the stage, and the crowd is just giving you a great reaction. I'm like,
yeah, shit was crazy. I go to House of Blues in New Orleans, and it's like, shit is crazy. Like, people, it shows the difference between, like, people that really listen to your music no matter who you are. Like, even if they barely even know you, they still gonna listen to what you're saying. So I spit my verse, and like, they reacting to every punchline. So shout out to New Orleans, shout out to the House of Blues. They showed real love, you know what I'm saying? That was a big look right there. Shout out to Untamed
Stallions. I don't know if a lot of people remember that, but going down, you do the song Tear It Down, and it's it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You have a lot of great music. It's just a lot of people picked up on it, especially around where you're from.
Yeah.
You listen to it.
A lot of people picked up on the Tear Down song. Was a crazy song in the club. One of the songs I did when I was on tour with Level. And like people, once I did it and I just performed it live like a real artist do, we'll get on stage and we'll perform it even if it ain't even on the radio.
Right.
And I'm gonna make you feel it because that's the type of artist I am. Like
right.
I get on stage and I don't play when it comes down to these performances, or when I get on stage I really get up there and do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the Tear Me Down song was crazy. Stallions was crazy.
Right. You're supposed to feel like that as an artist. You're supposed to feel like no one can touch your music, no one can compete with you. It's just a competitive. It's just like basketball. Everybody's competitive, but at the end of the day, it's still music.
Yeah, it's still music.
Right.
You gotta do what you gotta do for the fans.
Right. Okay. Modern day rap today, some people call it mumble rap, or some people call it horrible music. What is your outtake on it?
Well, I feel like this. I feel there's a lot of mumble rap, and I think people just riding that wave right now. I really don't think, and I hope these people don't suck like that. But at the end of the day, I guess they just playing the game. And me personally, I don't listen to mumble rap. I don't have nothing against them artists or none of that. But that's not something I would listen to. Now, if you listening to it, if something sounds good and I hear it and it sounds good, I'ma jam it. But that's not something I'm just gonna put on and just be riding to.
Right, because most music today is really, some guys call it mumble rap, I call it melody. People just riding a good melody. They're not really saying anything, it's just a good melody and it's making people jam to it, bob their head. And the record labels these days, they're just pushing the music on you so you just hear it.
Yeah, but to see what the record labels doing. The record labels is, they not doing the work. They don't want to do the work no more. They just feel like, it used to be like, they'll come out, find a good artist, mold them into what they want to, and then push them and make an artist. But now, they really want you to do the work for yourself. They want you to have your fan base when you come to them. But when you think about it, if you get your fan base, why would you need them? You really don't need no record label. You really need to, if you get a fan base already, then if they coming at you to try to sign you, then that means they need you. You don't need them.
Yeah, I see a lot of artists now, and I think to myself all the time, I'm like, if you making a couple $1 million with your fan base and you steady getting money, steady eating, why would you want to sign with a record label? Even though they can expand your brand, but you still would probably make the same amount of money, get as many shows as you want, doing your own thing. So I see a lot of guys do that.
A lot of these dudes ain't doing that, but you putting an extra hand in your pocket when you go to a label, because if you're making all this money by yourself, there's really no point in signing a label. Signing with a label. Like, labels used to really get artists and make and push the artists. But nowadays they're not doing that. They want you to do all the work. So for all the up and coming artists out there who ain't signed, don't be looking to sign no deal. Be looking to build your fan base. Once you build your fan base, you don't need nothing else. And have a plan for your money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Today on the news, every day you look up, another black guy's being killed, cops killing black people, and it's just crazy. And it's Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter. You got a song called
Black Lives
Matter, right? You and AO, shout out to AO. And what's that other guy name?
Scooby,
right. It's a great song. What was the motivation of making that song?
Well, that song is really like, that song is a real song for me. Like, we got real personal on that song. The song is like, it's really telling them, like, when we say Black Lives Matter, we not saying that all lives don't matter, because if you sit up there, if I tell you Black Lives Matter, you tell me all lives matter, then you really undermining what I'm saying about Black Lives Matter, because if all lives matter, then Black lives would matter too. But that's another story. And the shit that really motivated me with the song is like I'm tired of seeing our black people kill each other, and I'm tired of seeing the police kill us. But people will be like, well, black people is killing blacks. But when you put in a situation that we're put in, you know what I'm saying? You can take a white child out the suburbs and put them in the ghetto and let them be raised up in the ghetto, and you see how that child turn out. You take a black child, put them in the suburbs, and let them raise them, and you see how that child turn out.
Right.
So they separate us. They put the blacks, most of the blacks is in poverty-stricken areas. The whites, you know, they in good areas. So the lifestyle is different. So you can sit up there and say, oh, we killing each other, but it's a whole game behind all that, and we can get into that some other time. It'll take forever explaining that, but yeah.
What about the pill game? Like crack games kind of dying out, and it's just all the kids you see, they just on pills, just drugs, and they just young kids, and they are young parents. And what do you think is the problem?
Well, I really think the problem is the young parents.
Right.
You can say it's the young parents because, like, once you take away the beating, not the beating, but the disciplining your child a certain way. If black people was used to being beat, we've been beat to do the right things for so many years, and then they come with this, oh, you can't beat your child, you're gonna go to jail. A child really, he's not gonna react to that. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna react to that. Like, you can take a lion out the woods and you put him in your house, put him in your backyard, and see how he gonna try to survive. He's just different. That's his mentality. It's just different.
Right. And I think a lot, I spoke on it before, a lot of this got to do with kids growing up without a father, and they see their mom all the time being emotional, and a woman is very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So without that male to come there to give them structure, to let them know this is how you react to a situation, you believe that has something to do with it?
It has a lot to do with it, and it all goes back to the dope game. Like, when you put drugs in poverty-stricken areas and don't give none of these people jobs, or these people can't get jobs, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna sell drugs. The man gonna do what he gotta do to feed his family. Then what you do, you start a whole different lifestyle of these men going to jail for selling drugs. They're away from their kids. You got another man trying to raise the other man kids, and he's selling drugs. And it's just so much, it's just crazy. So the women her man that went to jail for selling drugs, now she gotta hop on the next man. The next man don't want mess with her like that because he probably thinking she want the next man. So it's just men in and out of these kids. Like, when they grow older, they see a man selling drugs, making money, and then they feel offensive. They like, their daddy wasn't there for them, so they're gonna be disrespectful to their daddy. You know what I'm saying? You just starting a whole chain reaction.
Right.
And that's all that happens. You just taking the male out of the black lives. Then you give them project housing, and then the white man tell you, oh, he can't be in your house. You gotta, anybody that's not on your lease, if we come in here, we can put you out. So now you get a woman more power than a male.
Right.
Opelousas is a crazy.
Tell me about Opelousas.
Opelousas is a tricky and crazy place, because 1 minute everything can be fine, then the next minute shit just happened. People dying, shit burning down. It's just a crazy place. Like,
yeah, because the murder rate is going up high.
Yeah, it's
every time you look up, someone is getting killed. And
yeah, Opelousas is very tricky, very, very tricky.
So it wouldn't be a good place to come raise a family.
I don't know. It depends on where you're gonna move. You're gonna move to the outskirts or wherever you're gonna go. Like, it's a tricky place. It's tricky. It's real tricky.
Yeah. So what's up next for Pop FILLZ?
Well, right now I'm pushing a single, doing better and being more active with my music, more consistent with the music or whatever. Because I feel like it's a big difference in the artists in the game right now. And I don't think our people should be limited to mumble rap or, you know, talentless rappers. Say that. So I'm coming, not hating on nobody, I'm coming with real music that people gonna feel, you know.
A lot of mumble rap is being heard a lot because, you know, record labels, you go to say that record labels, they don't sign talent, they sign success.
Yeah.
And that has a lot to do with talentless rappers making pointless songs and people gravitate to it and they run with it. And
But
you
you gotta understand that these motherfuckers, if I can control the media, if I can control what you listen to, I can control how you think, I can control everything. It don't matter. Like if I want lyrical rappers to succeed, to get these people the message, then they gonna succeed, you know. But if I want mumble rap to succeed and let the little dickies look like the great rappers and the little black rappers that's just pink hair and looking silly, you know what I'm saying? I can control how you think. I know what you, if I make this rapper look like, oh, he's doing good, he's selling dope, none of these dudes that's rapping, they ain't doing none of this stuff. So when you sit up there, it's the media, they control the media, so they control anything. Yeah. So you can be talentless, you can be anything. You know what I'm saying? They had a wave one time where retarded people was making it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
They control the media, they control everything.
Right. I'm listening to Fear the Beard and it's pretty solid tape. From top to bottom, I really listen to it and it really has some real nice songs. You go very deep on it.
Yeah, if you like that one, you check out the next one.
Right.
The next one's gonna be crazy.
You got a song on there called Here We Go Again. That is a very deep song. I listen to it and come back to it and it's real dope. That sounds like it comes from the heart.
Yeah. That song, it's from past relationships. You know, I don't want to point out no names or nothing, you know, but when they hear it, they know who it is. You know what I'm saying?
So with this rap, who inspires you to rap? What was your motivation to be like, okay, I'm gonna pick up this microphone and this is what I'm gonna do? I love it.
Coming up probably 7, 8 years old, something like that. I mean, I used to see my cousin them do it. They was in and I just always felt like, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to do something like that was gonna change lives. Always wanted to be a rapper or a comedian, whatever. But when I seen them doing their thing coming up, Chris FILLZ, rest in peace to Chris FILLZ, you know, Corey Blair, all of them, they inspired me coming up with the music, you know. Biggest inspiration probably would be Tupac, right, you know, coming up. And it's just, I mean, I fell in love with it. Been doing it for forever. Love the game, love the music.
So if you had to put artists in, everybody has their top 5. Who is your top 5 artists?
I can give you a top 5.
You don't have to be in a basic order, just guys that you have in your top 5 that you be like, okay, this is my guy, this is my dude, I stand behind him, this is who I like. Who are those guys?
I'm gonna have to say this before I give you my top 5, but even though I'm gonna compare a lot of people to Tupac, so I probably wouldn't put him in my top 5 because he's in a whole different category. But if I go Tupac, Eminem, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, probably would. It's hard at 5 because, you know what I'm saying, I could go 3,000, you know what I'm saying?
Right, that's a good list.
Yeah, I can go 3K, yeah, I can, you know, I can go 50 just from the way, you know what I'm saying, you put songs together, whatever his format and all that, you know, but that's my top 5.
So now when you go in the studio, what motivates you behind your songs? You just go in the studio and whatever the beat presents to you, that's how you go, or you have something written down?
I go off feelings, like however I'm feeling that day when I go in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can have stuff in my head already, you know, sometimes I feel like, oh, let me write this down. I really don't have no, I'm just unorthodox when I go in the studio. Like I probably can have some shit that I was thinking about and I just put it all together like I'm into making great music. Like I'm not just going in there saying nothing. Like I go off of feelings. Like my music is made from the heart.
And coming up, I hear on Fear the Beard you speak about when you was 13, you got set up on South Street. You speak about a lot of your childhood. How was your upbringing? Was it good?
My upbringing was good. I mean, you know, come up, I mean, moved a lot coming up, went to a whole bunch of different schools. So, you know what I'm saying, never really had well, my brother was like my only best friend, so I never really had nobody that was just, you know, my best friend. Like, was raised by my grandparents. My mama was always there for me, daddy there for me, you know what I'm saying? As you get older, you understand what people go through and the changes that they make or whatever, so I can't hold no grudges against nobody, you know. I mean, but as for just, I mean, I done been through it, like, you know, been through it, came up, no lights, no water, we used to get it out the mud. That's all we know, get it out the mud.
Right. I hear you shout down Scratch on a lot of songs. He had any motivational with you with this rap stuff?
Hell yeah. Like a whole lot of motivation. Like just pushed me through, like just kept on pushing me, like, you know, just from the delivery, everything, like just big influence on my music, like, you know.
Man, you got a song, we have a little girl now, Lyric.
Yeah, my baby.
Lyric, wow. You got a song in there called Daddy Love Me, a real deep song. The radios is calling, out of the blue, and the song was just put out on maybe SoundCloud or something.
He's calling, man.
They calling, they loving the song, they've been waiting on the song. They figure it could be a Father's Day anthem, so to speak.
Yeah.
What was that about? It was just...
Well, my thing is, like, I did a song called "It's My Fault" on. It's not my fault on "Drag Me to Hell" mixtape, and my reason for doing the song was I want my daughter, when she get older and understand everything, to go back and listen to these songs and know what was going on at the time that I made the song. You know, so that song and the other song, that's the reason I made the song. So it's like she know when she in high school or something, and she go back and listen to this, and she be like, before she listens to it, be like, well, why are my mom and my daddy not together? She can go back and listen to these songs and know, oh, this why, or this what happened, or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm real deep with it. Like my songs is relatable songs, and I do music. You know what I'm saying? I don't just do it just to do it. I have a reason behind everything I do.
Right. So, are you signing anybody now, or are you kind of doing your own thing?
I'm doing my own thing. You know, got my own shit. Raw talent. You know.
Right.
You got a few artists that I'm working with, singers. You know what I'm saying? Because I do write R&B too. But I'm coming with it. Like I want every move is calculated, and I want it to mean something every time I make a move.
You think you ever thought about signing with a major, or is just they have to come with a nice deal? Because I hear a lot of artists say the only way they sign with a major is they come with a nice deal. If you'd asked me this question probably 5-6 years ago, I probably would have been like, yeah, I want to sign with a major, but nah, I can't see it. Like it would have to be it had to be a real nice deal. But other than that, can't do it. Can't do it.
Wouldn't do it.
Yeah. So the next tape is
Right now we probably do. I was gonna do Bald Headed Monster, but I don't know. We probably hold off on that and do something else or whatever because I got some other things in plan, but in mind. But you know, never know with me. I go to the studio and drop 8 songs, then drop another 8, then you know what I'm saying, have a mixtape. So you never know. All right, feel the beard.